Hey, Coach Candace here, and I want to do a series called Saturday Supplements. Oftentimes, when people are wanting to improve their health for the better, one of the first things they think about is what supplements should I take? And there are some that I happen to take, but there's by far more garbage out there. So I'd like to, provide you some insight into some of the things that I have found beneficial and take myself, but also to suggest something that's crap and you should not waste your money on. But please know, no supplement is going to help you overcome, changes of an unhealthy lifestyle. If you're not drinking water, not trying to get outside, not trying to exercise, not trying to reduce an excessive amount of processed foods that you're eating, no supplement is going to undo that. So I just want to start with that. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news or maybe something you didn't want to hear. But again, there are some supplements that are beneficial and worth you considering. One of which I want to suggest today is vitamin D. I just happen to do one that I get off Amazon. I do subscribe and save, it just shows up every 3 to 4 months. It's 120, so about every 4 months. Vitamin D, we can get through foods, we can get through sunlight, but of course, like this time of year in northeastern Pennsylvania, there's not as much sun, or again, not always necessarily ideal for having, more skin exposure to the sun. But vitamin D is really helpful just for our overall bone health, but also important to various cellular functions in our body as far as being anti-inflammatory, being antioxidant, helping with immunity, with especially right now, this time of year, all the colds going around. Vitamin D is helpful to minimize the worst effects of that, but also just helpful for our muscle and brain function too. And again, it's one of the annual labs I have my doctor draw just to ensure I have an optimal level of vitamin D. By all means, check with your primary care provider to see how much vitamin D you should be taking, or again, with your next checkup, inquire about having a vitamin D level drawn. So again, it's nothing super fancy. There's no crazy infomercials on it about vitamin D, but something you should consider for yourself. But one thing I will now today suggest that is not worth your time and not worth your money, and you're going to see a lot of advertisements for those. Something you will see an infomercial for are fat burners. If you are not lifting weights and you're spending an hour on the treadmill, or again, not eating adequate protein to support your diet, no fat burner is going to help you. Honestly, it's a waste of money. The money you would spend on that, you could sooner devote to having a coach, having a gym membership, and truly making the efforts to build your muscle, because otherwise they're not going to do anything for you. So invest right in yourself, check into vitamin D, and forget the fat burners. All right, I hope you found that helpful. Any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You have a wonderful day.